Welcome back to our live coverage of the West Bloomfield Fire Department Open House, live at Fire Station number 1 in West Bloomfield Township. I'm Tyler Keefe alongside Zachary Yaksich from Alana's Foundation, joining us at today's event, as they do every year, to talk about the seasonal flu and the dangers of the flu, but also provide flu vaccinations to our community as they do all throughout the season. Zachary, thanks for joining us. Just give us a little bit of background for those unfamiliar with Alana's Foundation about the work that you do here in Greater West Bloomfield and across our communities locally and beyond.
Sure. Thank you. Alana's Foundation was developed in memory of my daughter, Alana, who in 2003 was 5 years old. She would have been 26 years old today. It was 20 years ago. It's unbelievable that the time went so fast. But she passed away from the flu. So when that happened, I decided to make that passing some purpose, and to educate people how important it was, how dangerous the flu was, how important it was to get vaccinated and protect themselves to prevent that tragedy from happening to other families. So we do that I do many speaking engagements to the communities, schools, churches, and so forth. And then more importantly, we set up clinics like we are here today and make the vaccine convenient and affordable for people to receive.
That's so important, to have that convenience and that affordability to these vaccinations, especially for the seasonal flu, because it is constantly changing. There's a new dominant strain, a predominant strain every single year, and there seems to be this misconception that, the seasonal flu, it's been around for so long, it doesn't hit people necessarily as hard as other respiratory diseases like maybe COVID-19, but it is something that does hit people hard. And it is something that can be deadly, especially if you don't treat it. And that's part of at the crux of what your organization is trying to advocate for and educate in our community every day.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, reportedly, if you look up statistics on the CDC, you'll see that it's reported that 60,000 people, up to 60,000 people a year, actually die from the flu, which doesn't seem like a lot when you compare it to COVID numbers when we came out of a pandemic, but 60,000 people from something that could be prevented as simple as getting a vaccine, that's a lot of people. So, and most people don't realize it. I myself was guilty of it as well. Alana was not vaccinated. My children were not vaccinated for the flu because we didn't know. I had no idea. And at that time, my children didn't fall within the age recommendation, so the pediatrician didn't make the recommendation. So, it's often treated as common as, oh, it's just the flu. I hear a lot of people say, I had just the flu. And there's no such thing as just the flu, because when you actually have the flu, you are out. So.
We're joined by Zachary Yaksich from the Alana's Foundation. You can find more information on their website, alanasfoundation.org. They have vaccination clinics all throughout our community, all throughout the flu season, and of course plenty more information you can find, including facts about influenza, all year long on their website, alanasfoundation.com. And Zachary Yaksich joined us at Fire Station number 1 for the Fire Department Open House. And as you're going through the community, through our local area, and you're having these discussions on the flu, and you're talking about the facts that your organization's had research for years and knows from memory that people don't necessarily access every single day or have in the back of their head, what do you find tends to be the reaction after you give them that information and they see firsthand just the way that influenza does impact our community every single season?
It's actually surprising that my Alana's story is not necessarily unique, but what it is, because I'm local, it's putting a face and makes it real. And I think what you said was, there's not a time I don't, after a speech or a talking engagement or educational session, whatever it is, somebody comes up to me. I've even had people in the medical profession, nurses and doctors, who said, I'm in the field, and up until today, I never got the vaccine. After I heard your story, I'm getting myself vaccinated. I'm getting my children vaccinated. So that's the most surprising thing that's happens, is that, and I shouldn't say surprising. I go, that's the impact, I guess, with putting a face and making it real instead of just being a statistic.
You hear those stories, you see how it actually has affected somebody right next door to you or in your community, and it changes the narrative on just how big of an impact this disease can have each and every day. And part of your efforts, too, to get people vaccinated is to go out in the community and provide, as you said, that affordable and simple access to these vaccines. And you have a couple of vaccination clinics coming up. Obviously, today, at Fire Station number one of those is going on today, but the others are coming up, and more information on that on alanisfoundation.org.
Yeah. We're actually going to be in the township here in a couple of days as well. And then if you go on our website, you can look up and you'll see the list of our clinics that we're hosting. We're going to be in some various schools around the area as well. But aside from that, if you don't see a clinic that works for your schedule, go to your doctor's office, or almost on every street corner now, the pharmacies are administering as well. So just stop in and get yourself vaccinated and protect yourself and your family.
We talked to a doctor on our program, The Splash Live, recently, who said the best time to get your flu shot is as soon as possible. The second best time is right away. And so great resources in our community, such as Alanis Foundation, make that really easy for people to get their vaccinations right here in our community. alanisfoundation.org. You'll find more information about their upcoming vaccination clinics, including one coming up very soon at West Bloomfield Town Hall in a few days. Zachary, thank you so much for being with us.
Thanks for having us.